So as you guys know, this is about the 6 month mark for me as a YouTuber, as a booktuber, and I feel like I was just starting to catch my stride, really enjoying it, getting into a rhythm, and I was gonna wrap this whole year up, 2024, with a bang. I had all these video ideas planned out, and I was really looking forward to it. And then a couple days ago, I had a flood in my apartment. Let's talk about it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Read Instead. I am Jake. Good to be with you tonight. So, today is Saturday night. Monday night, this past week, I'm sitting in my living room watching a movie with my kids. I'm watching The Fast and the Furious, the 2001 action movie that most of you guys probably know about. Very nostalgic for me. I can remember a huge group of us, eighth grade summer, going into freshman year of high school. A big group of us, like 15 kids, went to the movies to watch that. Again, very nostalgic for me. I was watching it with my kids, and they liked it. And it was about 9:30, quarter of 10 at night. The movie gets over, the credits start to roll. I say, "Hey guys, good night. Time to go to bed. It's late." That kind of thing. They said, "Thanks, Dad. Love you." I don't know if they said that, but they said okay, and they walked to their bedrooms. And I had it in my mind that I was going to stay up for another 45 minutes or an hour or so, just maybe watching something else. And I planned on doing that. And then about 10 minutes later, my eyes started to get heavy. And I said, you know what? I'm not gonna stay out here and fight it. I'm gonna get in bed. And like most of us at 37 years old, what do we do before we go to bed? We make a trip to the bathroom. I'm walking to my bathroom, and then all of a sudden, I look down and I say, why are my feet wet? I turn on a couple lights, and there was about 2 inches of water in about half of my apartment. And I started to do some sort of quick problem solving in my mind. My adrenaline like spiked. I went from, barely being able to keep my eyes open because I was getting so tired, to like my heart rate hit 120 in a matter of 5 seconds. And so I started to sort of think, where could this be coming from? And really, like, the first place that I would think that it would be coming from is this utility room that's sort of in the back here. I was gonna like take my camera and show you guys, but hopefully I'm giving you guys enough visuals. And I did take some pictures of my floor after it was already soaked, so I'll put those on this video. But I went back to the utility room, and I look above, like in the ceiling, and the water was coming in like a fire hydrant, like a fire hydrant. It really was. And I called my landlord right away, and I should have figured this out for myself, but of course he just told me, to turn the main water supply off to the whole property, and I did that, and I'm like, what the heck just happened? Anyway, the fire panel was going off, like buzzing and stuff. I thought the fire department was gonna come show up, because whenever that thing goes off, usually they show up. That has to do with like the sprinkler system and stuff like that. Blah blah blah. Anyway, long story short, this is what happened. Copper pipes, when they are on the exterior of a building, especially in Massachusetts. I don't know if the code changes when you get to Florida or California or something like that. I don't know. Texas. But in Massachusetts, when there is a copper pipe that is against the foundation, or it's inside of an exterior wall, meaning a wall that right on the other side of it is the outside, they're supposed to be insulated. They're supposed to have a little insulation around them. Well, these pipes were not insulated. And this past week, we had like 3 days in a row that got to single digit numbers, Fahrenheit, in the middle of the night. You know what I mean? It was getting down to 7, 8, 9 degrees for like 3 days in a row. So that's what happened. And that sort of, put a halt to things, to say the least. The worst room, unfortunately, tragically, the worst room that got hit with this flood that happened in my apartment was this room that I am sitting in right now, my little poor man's library that I have in my apartment. This room was filled with 2 inches of water around the whole place. I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. There were only a few books on the ground. The brand new Pierce Brown book, Iron Gold. That's like my next book that I planned on reading in the Red Rising Saga world. That got a little wet, a little damaged. Aside from that, there was just a bunch of sort of paperbacks stacked up in it right to the right of me over here, and those got wet. But on the bottoms of these bookshelves that I have, there's about 2 inches of height before you actually get to the first shelf. So I'm grateful that the water didn't get above that, where all my bottom shelves of my bookshelves would have been toast. I was all this whole week I've been trying to look at the bright side of things. Going back to, how I said if I was gonna stay on the couch for a little while after my kids went to bed. Well, if I actually ended up doing that, if I didn't get tired, I had my headphones in. If I sat on my couch for another 45 minutes, you know what probably would have happened? I would have felt water, like my feet just would have started getting wet sitting there watching TV or something. And that would have been much worse because the rate in which the water was coming in, it looked like it was coming through the ceiling, but really it was a pipe that I couldn't see where it actually burst. But the rate in which it was coming in, I really think if I just sat on my couch for another 20 minutes or so, the water would have completely, touched the entire floor of my apartment, and then that would have been even worse. And like that, I don't even know if I would have been able to stay here. That's the thing. So I've been trying to look at the bright side of things. I didn't have to find another place to sleep or anything like that. There was obviously a little bit of a cleanup process. I've had this dehumidifier running for the entire week. I'm gonna continue to keep it running. But anyway, did I stop reading because of that? No, I did not. I didn't. Maybe a little bit, but I didn't, I still read every day, even if it was just for a few minutes. So we're going to turn this little testimony about the flood that I had, the story of my flood, into a reading update. And let me just tell you guys, I had 4 books picked out for the month of December, and that was Rabbit Run by John Updike, which I've already finished. I left a review of that. The other 3 books was City of Thieves by David Benioff, Outlander by Diana Gabaldon, and The Day of the Jackal by Frederick Forsyth. Now, one of those books is going to have to, unfortunately, not make it into the month of December because I'm just not going to have time. The flood did kind of set things back a little bit for me. And that is... that's just going to end up being City of Thieves, because at the time of the flood, I had already sort of gotten into both of these books. And let me just give you an idea of where I'm at. I'm just about a little more than a quarter of the way into Outlander, and I'm about almost at the halfway mark on The Day of the Jackal by Frederick Forsyth. I'm enjoying both of these. I'm really enjoying The Day of the Jackal. This is a really cool thriller. It's like one of these thrillers that there's very, very little action. It's all just like cat and mouse, very high intelligent sort of people doing their best to cover their tracks in what they're trying to do. It revolves around an assassination attempt. I don't know if they're going to be successful with it or not, but I am rooting once again. This is like the second time this year. I don't know what this is, but this will be the second book that I've read this year. The other one being The Man from St. Petersburg by Ken Follett. The second book in which there's an assassination attempt trying to take place, and I'm rooting for the assassin. Very much so. It's just really, really good book. So here's the deal, right? I notice all these booktubers and people who are in this book reading business here on YouTube and other social media platforms have already come out with their top 10 for 2024. I don't know. I'm gonna finish both of these before the end of the year. So I'm not gonna put that video out until like the first week of January because both of these books, maybe I don't know yet, could end up on that list. So I haven't put that list together yet. So there's one more video that I want to make after this update today, and then I'll give my top 10 for 2024, which I'm looking forward to. I haven't really thought about it all too much. I'm gonna get alone and I'm gonna make sure I don't have any distractions or anything like that because I really want to be able to recall all the emotions and the feelings and just the feeling that I had while reading these books. So I don't want any distractions, and I'm that's going to be very fun for me. I look forward to doing it, and I hope you guys are looking forward to that video. So that's what I got on the agenda. I am going. So Tuesday is the last day. This coming Tuesday, that would be 3 days from now, will be the last day of December, last day of 2024. I will have both of these books finished by then. So that'll give me, I think, around 35 books for the year that I read, and that'll make it a little more fun for me to put that top 10 list together. We'll see if either of these end up on it. I have a feeling, I don't know, this Day of the Jackal book, I'm like really, really intrigued by it. So, I just wanted to reconnect with you guys, let you know, why I haven't posted anything this past week. It's been a little hectic around here, but I'm just about back to normal. I'm a little freaked out about, like, I hope there's no mold or anything like that. I guess I should probably have someone come in and check that at some point. But aside from that, I have a good opportunity. I'm off this week. I'm on vacation this coming week, so I have a great opportunity to finish these books and then just jump right into 2025. So I hope you guys, as always, are reading something really, really good. If you are, let me know in the comments what you're reading, what you think of it. And aside from that, I will see you guys soon. Enjoy the rest of your night. Take care.